Buongiorno studenti! Today we're going to talk about the word molto in Italiano. Now, this is a word that can be very tricky because sometimes it changes and sometimes it doesn't. But by the end of this video, you will know exactly when to change molto and when to keep it as it is. Now, if you want to master Italian grammar with clear, simple explanations like this one, so that you can speak Italian immediately and with confidence, make sure to subscribe to my channel and enable notifications so you will not miss any. Iniziamo. Let's begin. So, I see this comment so many times on my channel. Valentina, why is molto changing here and is not changing there? I'm confused. It's normal that you're confused. It is a very confusing word. So let's learn the basic rule. Molto changes when it's an adjective. And molto doesn't change when it's an adverb. So the same word, molto, can be used as an adjective or as an adverb. In the first instance, you will need to change it. In the second instance, you will not change it. But what does that mean? ¿Qué significa? Let me explain this better with some example. Molto as an adjective means that molto is accompanying a noun. So an adjective is essentially a word that gives you more information about a noun, that gives you more information about the noun. In this case, so when used as an adjective, when it accompanies a noun, molto means much or many. So remember, when you use molto with the meaning of much or many, that's an adjective. It goes with a noun. Therefore, molto will have to change because it must agree with the noun it refers to in gender and number. That means that when you use molto as an adjective, so in this way, with the meaning of much or many, you will have 4 different forms depending on the gender and the number. So we will have the standard masculine singular form, which is molto. But you will also have a feminine singular form, which is molta. And you will use this when molto is accompanying a feminine singular noun. You will have a masculine plural form, which will be molti. And you will use this when molto is accompanying a noun that's masculine plural. And finally, you will have a feminine plural form, which will be molte, which you will use when molto is referring to a feminine plural noun. Now, let's see all of these in real life with practical examples. Let's suppose you want to say, I have many books. Many is referring to books. So, books is the noun and many is an adjective in this case. In this case, you need to start with a noun because the noun will dictate how many in Italian with molto will change. So, how do you say book in Italiano? Libro, that's masculine singular. We need to turn that into plural. How do we say books? Libri, so that's masculine plural. Therefore, if we want to say many libri, we will need to change molto to be masculine plural. So how would you say many books? Molti libri. So if you want to say I have many books, we say ho molti libri. Because molto in this case is used as an adjective, therefore needs to change to match libri. Va bene? Okay, let's see a few more examples because I do know this can be confusing. So practice is always good. Let's suppose we want to say she has many friends. But I want you to say that for female friends. So I want you to say she has many female friends. So let's start from the noun. Come si dice female friend in italiano? Si dice amica. So that's singular. But I want you to say female friends. So we need to turn that into plural. That would be amiche. So amiche is feminine plural. If you want to say many amiche, many, molto, will need to change to feminine plural. So which one will we use? Molte amiche. So Ha molte amiche. She has many female friends. That's another case where molto changes. Okay, 2 more examples with molto when it does change. Let's suppose you want to say there is not much water. So in this case, we're using molto as much. Much is referring to water. Come si dice water in italiano? Si dice acqua. So, if we want to say there is not much water, how would you say that? Non c'è molta acqua. Molto changed because it was referring to acqua. Non c'è molta acqua. Okay, 1 more example for this case. Let's suppose you want to say he ate much bread. Again, always start with a noun. That's going to dictate everything you do. I always say the noun is the king or the queen of the sentence. So, how do you say bread in Italian? Si dice, we say pane, and pane is masculine, il pane. So if you want to say he ate much bread, we will say ha mangiato molto pane. So in this instance, molto stays the same, stays molto, not because it really stays the same, but because we need a masculine singular form, because pane is masculine singular. Va bene? Perfetto. Now, remember that if you want to easily review this lesson and all the examples we're going through, you can download the PDF I prepared for you for this lesson, and the link, as always, is in the description. So now that we have clarified when molto does change, and that's when it's used as an adjective with the meaning of much and many, let's clarify when molto must not change. So when you don't change molto. That happens when molto is used as an adverb, because adverbs never change in Italian. When molto is used as an adverb, that means the word is referring to a verb, an adjective, or another verb, because that's what an adverb is. An adverb is a word that gives you more information about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Now, I know this terminology can be very confusing. That's why I have created some dedicated videos where I go over common Italian grammar terms used in books and classes and explain what they mean in practice in a simple and clear way. So if these words still confuse you, please check those 2 videos out if you need more help with this point, because this is something that's going to be very helpful in understanding a lot of Italian grammar. So as always, the link is in the description. Okay, let's go back to molto as an adverb. So molto as an adverb means that it modifies a verb, it modifies an adjective, or it modifies another adverb. Let's see all these situations so it will be super clear. Let's talk about molto used when it modifies an adjective. In this case, molto means very or really. Per esempio, if you want to say this pizza is very good, you can use molto to say very. In this case, very is referring to good, and good is an adjective. So molto will not change. So if you want to say the pizza is very good, that's la pizza è molto buona. So we didn't change molto here because molto is not referring directly to pizza, but is referring to buona, which is an adjective. So buona is feminine because it's the pizza. La pizza è buona. Molto is just a way to add more information about how good it is. It's not just good, it's very good. So when you use molto with the meaning of very, molto does not change. Va bene? Let's see a few more examples. Let's suppose you want to say the books are very interesting. So interesting is an adjective referring to books, but very is an adverb referring to interesting. It's telling you more about how interesting they are. They're not just interesting, they're very interesting. So in this case, we use molto, and molto does not change. So how would you say the books are, buona? How would you say the books are very interesting? I libri sono molto interessanti. Because in this case I'm using molto as very. Perfetto. Now let's see some examples for when molto is used to modify other adverbs. Even in this instance, molto means very or really. So let's suppose you want to say they work very well. Well is an adverb and very is a way to say that they work extremely well. So you're qualifying how well they work. Therefore, we will need molto, but in this instance, molto will not change. So how would you say they work very well? That would be lavorano molto bene, because molto is referring to bene, so it does not change. Let's suppose you want to say Luca runs very fast. In this case, you're using very to qualify fast, which is an adverb. So, Luca corre molto velocemente. Va bene? Perfetto. Let's see two more examples to show you how molto does not change when it's used with a verb. So when molto is referring to a verb. Now, in this case, when you use molto referring to a verb, that means a lot. So in this case, molto means a lot. For example, if you want to say, Anna studies a lot, you can use molto for that, but molto will not change because it's referring to the verb. Therefore, it's an adverb. That's how I explain adverbs usually. They help verbs. They give you more information about verbs, but also about adjectives and also about other adverbs. So when you say Anna studies a lot is referring to studying. Therefore, we can use molto, but not changing it. Quindi, so, Anna studia molto. Anna studies a lot. Let's suppose you want to say, they don't travel a lot. How would you say that? Non viaggiano molto. Non viaggiano molto. Because molto is referring to viaggiano. So this is why sometimes molto does not change, because it's used as an adverb, and adverbs never change in Italian. Any adverb never ever changes in Italian. So there you have it, just one simple rule. Let's recap it together. When molto is used as much and many, so when molto means much or many, it goes with a noun, so it must change. But when it's used as really, very, or a lot, it modifies an adjective, or an adverb, or a verb. And in this instance, it never changes. Now, if you found this lesson helpful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and leave a comment below with a sentence using molto, whichever usage you prefer the most. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Italian lessons that make Italian grammar simple and clear. And I will see you in the next video. Ci vediamo al prossimo video. Ciao da Valentina.